If you're an ecom founder doing 100K to 10 million a month, you've probably felt this. Your ad costs are climbing, your ROAS is shrinking, and you're probably just wondering how to keep growing without spending more on Meta or on ads. And the truth is that most ecom founders are still thinking about customer acquisition like it's 2022, and that old playbook is getting more and more expensive every single month, every single year. But there is a new channel opening up right now that almost no one in ecom is taking advantage of yet. And this is the system that helped the feed.com add $573,000 in organic revenue in just 8 months. And if you don't know me, my name is Michael Sack, founder of SEO Aces. We are an AI era SEO agency built exclusively for e-commerce brands. And in this video, I'm going to show you exactly how AI tools like Claude and ChatGPT are influencing buying decisions in 2026 and how to get your brand showing up there. So I'm going to walk you through three things. So let's dive in. So here's what's actually happening right now. Your customers are not just searching on Google anymore. They're asking AI for recommendations. So someone's going to Claude or ChatGPT and typing, what is the best protein powder for endurance athletes? What skincare brand actually works for hyperpigmentation? What rooftop tent fits a forerunner, etc. And AI is going to give them a recommendation, either one or two brands, sometimes three, but honestly, it's usually just one or two. But here's what most ecom founders don't realize. That moment right there is a buying decision. And it's a buying decision that hasn't existed in the past couple of years, right? The customer didn't scroll through 10 search results on Google. They didn't find you through an ad and click on it. They went to AI, asked for specifically what they wanted, and got a brand name recommended to them. And now that brand name is the brand they're going to be looking for. So the question is whether your brand is the one getting named right now, right? It's either your brand or it's going to be one of your competitors. Well, a lot of people are thinking about it, but no one really knows how to approach it. And if you're a brand doing anywhere from 100K to 10 million a month, you're probably completely invisible to AI. Your competitors are showing up in those recommendations and not you. And you probably have no idea why that's the case. But before I get into how to fix it, let me clear something up. So you've obviously heard the term SEO. Most ecom founders have a pretty complicated relationship with it. Maybe you've been burned by an agency in the past that just made blog posts for you for 6 months, showed you some traffic numbers, but your revenue stayed flat, right? And that is a real problem. And that is not what we do at all. But there is now a second layer on top of SEO that matters just as much. And it's called AEO or AI SEO. There's a bunch of different names for it. It's all kind of the same stuff. Where SEO was, of course, optimizing your site to rank on Google with the goal to appear first for a certain keyword, and you can measure that by how much organic traffic you're getting on that page, how much revenue that page is driving. Now, in this AEO era, you're going to be optimizing your site for AI tools to recommend your brand. So the goal is instead to be the first brand mentioned when someone goes to ChatGPT for the first time and asks a question about a product that they want. And you measure that by, how often your brand's getting recommended by AI and how much traffic and revenue you're getting from AI referral sources. And the important thing to understand here is that AEO is not a completely separate strategy from SEO. It's what happens when you do SEO really well. If you rank well on Google, you're going to show up in AI answers. It's the fundamentals are same and the execution just needs to be a little bit sharper. And the brands doing this right now are compounding month over month, right? They're getting more organic visibility, more AI mentions, and more customers who found them without spending a single dollar on ads. And the brands ignoring this are falling behind every month, even when their ads are doing just fine. And this is also what makes our approach different from traditional SEO. With traditional SEO, a bad agency could hide behind the it takes 6 to 9 months for as long as they wanted. Well, whereas our approach, you start seeing movement within the first 8 to 12 weeks. Quick pause. If you're an ecom founder doing 100K to 10 million a month and you're maxing out on paid ads with nowhere left to grow, book a free AEO and SEO strategy call with us. We're going to pull up Claude, ChatGPT, Perplexity, whatever, live on the call with you, and we're going to search your niche in real time. You're going to see exactly where your brand stands right now and what it would take to actually start showing up there. We did this for the feed.com and helped them add 573,000 in organic revenue in just 8 months. Link is in the description, so book a spot. Now back to the video. All right, here are the three things that get your brand recommended by AI, kind of in order of importance. First is collection pages that actually answer questions. If you go to your collection pages on your website right now, you're probably going to see just a product grid with very minimal copy. You see a heading, some filters to filter through the products, and that's it. There's no copy explaining what the products do. There's no context for who they are for, no content answering the questions people are commonly asking when searching for these products. And just as a general rule, AI can't recommend what it can't understand. So when Claude or ChatGPT gets asked what's the best skincare brand for dark spots, it's going to be pulling from pages that are clearly explaining what the product does, who it helps, why it works, etc. And so if your collection pages don't have that, AI is just going to skip you. So what a properly optimized collection page looks like, and I have a few videos going through this in depth, but you want to have descriptive copy above the product grid explaining what the collection page is, who it's for, just a quick couple sentences. And then you want more extensive copy below the product grid that answers all the commonly asked questions around that product category. And importantly, you need internal linking connecting all the different collection pages that are related to each other. You also need schema markup telling the AI exactly what products are on the page, what they cost, what they do, their reviews, etc. We did all this for our client, Dr. Brandt Skincare, and before we started, their collection pages had none of this stuff, no supporting copy, no schema, no internal linking, and their average Google ranking position was between 16 and 21 across all their target keywords, so basically invisible, right? No one's on the second page of Google. And after we rebuilt all their collection pages the right way, they saw a 334% revenue increase, 73 days. Collection page clicks were up 83%. Average order value nearly doubled, and their organic revenue went from roughly about 3 to 4% of their total revenue to almost 10%, and it's still growing. And for Roof Nest, we did this. They started appearing in ChatGPT results for best rooftop tent almost immediately after we made these changes to their collection pages. So this is like really important, really fundamental. Again, it's just basic fundamental SEO, slightly tweaked for AI visibility. So number 2 is going to be Reddit presence within your niche. This is one that people hear about but don't really know what it means, don't really know how to get into it. It's newer, it's not as old as SEO, but AI tools, especially AI overviews, ChatGPT, Perplexity, they heavily pull from Reddit when answering product recommendation questions because Reddit is seen as real, unbiased human opinion, right? And the AI tools are designed to give users trustworthy answers. Reddit is treated as a very high authority signal of where like authentic conversations are happening. And so when someone asks Claude what is the best rooftop tent brand, it's not just going to look at different company websites, it's going to be looking at Reddit threads where real people are talking about the pros and cons of each brand and giving their actual experience. So if your brand is showing up in those threads, you're going to be getting recommended and cited by AI answers. You're going to be one of the first brands to get recommended. And so you're going to appear as trustworthy to whoever's searching it. And you're also going to be reaching like new customers who have never seen your ads, never seen your website before, right? It's just going to appear organically in those AI answers when someone is searching for it. On the flip side, if you're not in those threads, by definition, a competitor's filling that space because it's gonna mention someone's brand, and if it's not yours, by definition, it's a competitor. And then your competitor is gonna be the first brand that someone sees, and then they'll kind of latch on to that brand instead of yours. So this is one service that we offer that almost no other agency is doing right now. We call it Reddit SEO. And what we do is we find the highest ranking Reddit threads within your niche, the ones that AI is already referencing, and we just build a presence for your brand inside them. And it's one of the fastest ways to start appearing in AI recommendations. And it works alongside the collection page strategy to reinforce your brand authority from multiple angles. You could imagine if ChatGPT makes a Google search and your website is ranking in the top 3 for that Google search, and your brand is also mentioned in the Reddit threads that are ranking for that Google search, you're kind of doubling or tripling the surface area to which the crawlers can find your brand name. And then lastly is schema markup. So most Shopify stores have at best very basic schema out of the box, but it's never as comprehensive as it should be. In the worst case, the schema can be broken and it's just kind of living in all different areas of your website. You've installed a bunch of apps over the years and they're kind of duplicating things, and you can run into some real issues where you start sending really muddy signals to the crawlers. But I guess to back up, schema is like the structured data that lives in the code of your website on your pages, and it tells the search engines and AI tools exactly what is on the page in a format that they can read very quickly and very clearly. So without Schema, AI and other crawlers basically have to guess what is on your page just based on the words on the page, which if you remember when we were talking about collection pages, most collection pages don't really have copy on them. So it's really just going off of the H1, the titles of the products that are on the collection page, and that's pretty much it. Whereas if you have schema markup and all this copy and optimized descriptions, you can feed all that information to the crawlers in the most efficient way possible. And so you're directly telling the AI that what the collection page is about, here are the products, here's the price range, the average ratings for all of them, who is for, what questions people are asking about it, et cetera, et cetera. And it makes it dramatically easier for the AI to cite your brand confidently when answering a product question because it now understands who you are, what you sell, and what people think of you. So schema can cover a lot of things. The most important things to cover are the product details, name, price, description, ratings, collection page content, all the reviews and social proof, shipping, availability, information. Those are the basic ones. And again, if you're just using basic out of the box schema from Shopify, you're going to be missing almost all of that, right? And so when we fixed the schema for roof nests, we saw ranking signals start moving within 2 weeks, like almost immediately. And Duncan Burke, their director of e-commerce, the guy we were working directly with, said, we started seeing the impact right away. Ranking signals are pretty responsive these days, and you can start to see the trend happening. And most e-com brands have not touched their schema at all. Some have broken schema, like I was talking about. And so fixing this is one of the fastest technical wins available right now for most brands. Quick one before we move on. If you want to go deeper on exactly how to get your products showing up in AI search, I put together a full guide on how your products can appear in LLM search in 2026. It breaks down the whole process step by step. Link to that is in the description. So grab it now. All right, now back to the video. All right, so here's where this gets really important. Right now in 2026, most e-com brands in your niche are not doing any of this. They're not optimizing collection pages for AI. They're not building Reddit presence. They're not fixing their schema. They're not doing the basics of SEO, right? They're not doing the basics of AEO. And so that means the channel really is wide open. If you're a smaller brand trying to compete against Goliath within your niche, like this is a huge opportunity for you. Just because a company's big doesn't mean that they're doing all the right stuff to improve their AI visibility. And the brands that move on this first are going to own the AI visibility in their niche before it gets competitive. It's the exact same pattern we saw play out with Google SEO back in the early 2000s, where the brands that understood collection page optimization or just website optimization in general dominated their organic search for years before their competitors even started thinking about it. And so AI visibility is at that same early stage right now. And so this matters for you specifically because when you do this right and you start driving traffic from organic channels, one, your blended customer acquisition cost drops when you're driving that organic traffic, right? Because every new customer you're driving from organic is one that you didn't pay for. And so across the board, your blended CAC is going to go down. You're also not going to be 100% dependent on paid ads staying profitable, right? Because you now have this new source of traffic coming in, driving qualified people to your website. Every new customer from organic or AI costs almost nothing compared to paid acquisition. The marginal cost of a new customer coming in is basically pennies compared to paid acquisition when you have to pay the same amount every single time you acquire a new customer. And organic channels compound over time. It doesn't reset when you stop paying for it like ads do. To give you a simple way to think about this, ads alone, kind of like a 2.5x growth multiplier. SEO and AEO alone, same. But when you add them together, you get more like a 10x return rather than a 5x return, right? 1 and 1 here doesn't equal 2, it equals 4. So you now know the difference between SEO and AEO, and you know the 3 things that get ecom brand recommended in AI in 2026. But AEO only works when your SEO foundation is solid first, and most ecom brands have not even gotten that right yet. So if you want to see exactly how I approach e-commerce SEO in 2026, the full strategy I use for Shopify brands to rank on Google and drive real organic revenue, go watch this next video where it breaks down the whole process from scratch.